Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Vedanta Swami Shaline Nirvishesha Shunnavani Prashtita Deshatanine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasa Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Gaurangera Bhuti Pada Jadhana Sambhada Gaurangera Bhuti Pada Gaurangera Bhuti Pada Jadhana Sambhada Jadhana Sambhada Chaitanya Bhagavati Prasasya Karne Prabhashila Bhagirathi Gaurahari Shongigane Nita Shita Kori Mone Shita Kori Mone Nita Shita Kori Shri Chaitanya Chandra Shuddha take Hagodanga bole take Riheva bole take Riheva bole take Hagodanga bole take Hakodanga balatake Nadatama mage sadashonga Nadatama mage sadashonga Jai Shri Shinitai Gaura Shiranatha Pramanande Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Oh Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Jaya Nitai Gauranga Gaurahari Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Gaurahari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Hadaya Namah Krishna Yadhavaya Namaha Hare Hadaya Namah Krishna Yadhavaya Namaha Gopal Madhusudan Gopal Govindaram Madhusudan Hare Hadaya Namah Krishna Yadhavaya Namaha Hare Hadaya Namah Krishna Yadhavaya Namaha Gopal Govindaram Madhusudan Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Gaurahari Jaya Nitai Gauranga Gaurahari Jaya Nitai Gauranga Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Nitai Gaura Haribol 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 Gaura Haribol Nitai Gaura Haribol Nitai Gaura Haribol 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 Gaura Haribol Nitai Gaura Haribol Ananda Guri Vaishnava Vrindaki Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrindaki Shishinitai Gaura Siddhanatha Pramanande Hari Hari Rupe Krida Kore Narayan is Adikhanda of Chaitanya Bhagavat is Amrit Shravan, so sweet, Jahin Shishu Rupe, wherein Shishu Rupe, in the form of a child, Shishu Rupe, Krida Kore, he plays pastimes, Narayan, the Supreme Lord of the Vaikuntha world, in the form of a child, he performs pastimes. It's described in Adikhanda. It's the Amrit Shravan. It's very nectarian kota. Nimai, he had an elder brother. We went to Ekachakra Dham. So Nityananda Prabhu was here also in Mayapur when Sachinandan was a child. Even though we heard when we were in Ekachakra that only when he was 30 years old he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he was 30 years old, Nityananda Prabhu met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was 32, or even, because he was 12 years old when he left Ekachakra, and he travelled for 20 years. So he was 32 when he came to Navadip and joined Sankirtan with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. With the statistical Dibogyan. So for those 32 years, actually for a large portion of that period of time, at least for the first 4 years, Nimai was a young boy. For some years, Nityananda Prabhu was present in the form of Vishwarup. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's elder brother, Vishwarup. He was very pious, Vishwarupa. He was very pious. He was not interested in material life at all. In the morning there, Shachi Angang, we did Srivash Thakur's house, we did Sankirtan. And then just beside that is birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jogpit. So that's Sachi Angang. That's where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he would in Nisharup were living. So he would take bath in the morning. Vishwarup would take bath in Mahaganga. Mahaganga ki Jai! And then he would go to the Vishnu Griha, he would go to the deity room and he would do puja. The Brahmins, they had Shalagram, they had Damodar Shila, we heard the other day. Vishwarup. Where was Vishwarup when that was happening? Where was Vishwarup? Not there, not mentioned, right? Not mentioned in that last time. So they had Shalagram Shila, and Vishwarup would worship Shalagram Shila, and then he would come here. He would come here. This is Advaita Bhavan. Advaita Bhavan, which Advaita Bhavan? Both. Advaita Bhavan and this is? Gadadhar Bhavan. So this is Advaita Bhavan, where Advaita Thakur had his home. And every day there would be discussion on Gita Upadesh here. Every day. This is his ashram. Probably wasn't looking like that. It was probably looking like some cottages. Bamboo with the grass roofs and some puja place and some class area for Sadhu Sangha and deity worship. Like to see something like that? Like to go and sit in Advaita Bhavan like that and hear Advaita Acharya and Vishwarup come and discuss Bhagavad Gita? You like that?
Haribol!
Well, that's what you can meditate on. You can desire that, because if you get prema, which comes as a result of chanting Hare Krishna, if you practice sadhana bhakti hoite hoy, roti udoy, roti gharo hoile ta prem nam koi. If you do sadhana and you become attached, you develop some attraction to the Lord by practicing sadhana. Then, if you roti, that attachment, gharo hoile, if it gharo, you know that word gharo? There's a Hindi word also, gharo.
Heavy, thick.
Yeah, it means heavy, thick, yeah. So, roti gharo, hoile, when it becomes thick, that attachment, prem nam koi, that's called prema. So then, let me ask you, here we have many learned scholars of the Vaishnava, of Goswami Siddhanto, present here in this most sacred place. And let me ask you, so then, where were we? What was I asking you? Huh? Yeah. So sadhana bhakti hoite hoy, roti udoy. If you do sadhana and you get roti, attachment, by practicing sadhana, roti gharo hoile. So how to make that roti thick? If by practicing sadhana you awaken roti, so how to make roti thick? Can you suggest? How to make the roti thick? Huh? What's the answer? Yeah, if by sadhana bhakti hoite hoy, roti udoy, sadhana bhakti hoite hoy, from sadhana bhakti, roti udoy, attachment awakens, roti gharo hoile, when roti becomes deep, ta prem nam koi, it's called prema. So how to make roti deep?
Keep practicing
sadhana. If sadhana makes it awaken, then more sadhana, having awakened it, more sadhana makes it deep. More sadhana makes it deep. So Vishwarup, he was at this place. He would come every day. He wasn't interested. Yeah. By sadhana, by practicing sadhana, you can see that pastime. By practicing sadhana, you can actually enter that pastime. That's our Siddhanta, Goswami Siddhanta. As the Goswami Siddhanta, practice of sadhana uddesha, why we're practicing, is to enter those pastimes. That's why we're practicing. That's the teachings, that's the Goswami Siddhanta. That's the teachings of Rupa Goswami. This is the Shadha. What is the Shadha? What is the goal? When Mahaprabhu was in Bangladesh and Tapan Mishra came in, Shadhan Shadha Kichu na jani. I don't know the goal, I don't know the process of attaining it. Mahaprabhu explained to him at that time, E naam boli loy, Mahamantra Shalanam, Vaitra Shaka E Tantro. I tell you these 16 syllables, these 32, these 16 names, 32 syllables, 16 names, Akai, Anta, I tell you Mahamantra. And then sadhana, then he says, then you go to Varanasi. And then I'll tell you all about Shadha, the practice and the goal, when I instruct Sanatan Goswami in Varanasi. And so at that time, later, Taparmeshwar said, it was a long time later, more than 10 years. And then in Sanatan Shikha, Mahaprabhu explained Sadhan and Shadha, what is the goal? Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Koraya Udoy, awakening the attachment, awakening the love, which gets awakened as a result of hearing. Entering the awakening love. When you love Krishna, you'll be absorbed in Krishna. When you love Krishna, you'll be absorbed in Krishna. When you're absorbed in Krishna, then you'll return to Krishna. That's the sadhana siddha. That's what we're practicing. So the idea is to become absorbed in Krishna as much as possible. So Vishwarup would come here every day. He worshipped Shalagam Shila. He would come here every day. And he would hear Bhagavad Gita from Advaita Acharya. And he would also speak. In fact, Puja Chadi Vishwarupe Dhari Kore Kau Ananda Vaishnav Shab Hari Haribol. All of the Vaishnavas were so ananda, they were so blissful when Vishwarupa came that they puja chadi. They would stop doing the puja. Advaita Acharya would stop doing the puja and listen to Vishwarupa. Listen to Vishwarupa. Vaishnav Shab Hari Haribol. So in this way there was wonderful association of Advaita Acharya and Vishwarupa and all the Vaishnavas. And then around noontime, from Saci Mata's place, Saci Mata she would send Nimai. Around noontime, she would send Nimai that go and get Vishwarup, and tell him, can bring him back for lunch. So then Sachinandan would come here at Advaita Bhavan. All the devotees would be sitting down. They'd be listening to Bhagavad Gita. And when Sachinandan would come and they would see his transcendental form, which every line of his transcendental form seemed to defy the extremities of delicate beauty. His beautiful form, the radiance of millions upon millions of moons lost their luster. Radiance of millions upon millions of moons lost their luster in comparison to the effulgence of one of his fingernails. Yes, he came bare-chested, and Agraja Boshone Dhari Chalaye. He's covered in dust, and he's Agraja, he's bare-chested, and he came and Ajana Bhashane Dhari, capturing hold of Vishwarup's beauty. Bojana Aishe Bhai, Dakiya Janani, Agraja Bhashan Dhari, Chalaya Apani. He's pulling the dhoti of Vishwarup, a small 3-year-old boy. and he's calling Bojana Aishe Bhai Dakiya Janani. Mother is calling us to eat. He's pulling the dhoti. And when the Vaishnavas see that scene here, they see this, they're completely Dekhi She Mohan Rup Shadava Bhakta Gon Stagito Hoye Shob Kore Nirikon. Stagito Hoye Shob. They became completely mesmerized. Stagito. They became completely like in a trance. Just seeing this beautiful form of Sachinanda pulling the dhoti of Vishnu. She Mohan Rup Shadava Bhakta Gon. She Mohan Rup. That enchanting form, Shara Bhaktagon, Stagita Hoy Shop Kore Nidikon. They just became completely enamored in trance. Shamadi Prai Hoye Che Bhaktagon, Krishna Kota Karuna Aishay Bodon. Shamadi Prai, just like almost in complete samadhi. Just by seeing that Mohan Rup. Shamadi Prai Hoye Che Bhaktagon. They all became. Just by seeing that form. Like sometimes we space out. You have that experience ever? You guys? I imagine that such men of your such intellectual stamina, having studied many years in the college and focused your minds, and like a competent circus master, whipped that brain and that mind and brought it under complete control. The mind, yes? They whipped it by practice over many years and have brought that wild animal-like mind under complete control, and it's sitting there like a tamed animal, just waiting for your order. Yes, you have mastered the mind. Well, sometimes the mind takes us somewhere. It's like we space out. Hey, snap out of it, man. The mind is, and that's actually like we like to flow with the mind. We like that. Sometimes you're sitting on the train or on the train or the bus. The bus. And then so you're spacing out. You're looking at the window. You're looking at something. You're spacing out, and then you miss your stop. Never happened to you. I'm sure it never happened to you. Happened to me. So the mind space out, but here like that they're spacing out, but it's completely on the level of the soul. They're completely just diving into that a big cascade of complete absorption, complete absorption in seeing this Mohan Rup. Samadhi prahe che bhaktanan Krishna kota karuna aishe badan. They stopped the discussion of Krishna Katha, and they're all there with their mouths open, seeing that form. Mani mani chintai advaita mahashai prakrita manush kobo hai balok nai. Mani mani chintai advaita mahashai. Thakur Advaita Mani Mani Chintai. He's thinking that, I think Mani Mani Chintai. I'm thinking, I consider, this is my theory. I'm proposing Mani Mani Chintai Advaita Mahashai Prakrita Manush Kabuai Baloknai. This boy, he's not Prakrita. Prakrita Manush. He's not a material being. Prakrita Manush Kabuai Baloknai. This boy, he's not a material being. Mani Mani Chintai Advaita Mahashai. I cannot determine what substance this boy is made of. It's translated here. I cannot determine what substance this boy is made of, but it's definitely not material energy. So Vishwarupi would return home, being requested by Shachinanda to Satyanga. He would take prasadam. And immediately after prasadam, Vishwarup would come back. Advaita Bhavan. And again, he would discuss Bhagavad Gita with Advaita Thakur and the other Vaishnavas. So Shachi Mata and Jagannatha Misra, they became concerned that this Nimai, this Vishwarup, if he carries on in this way with such absorption, then we won't be able to get him in household life. We should get him married now. They discuss that. So when Vishwarupa heard that because you can imagine that here in the cottage, it's not like your stone, not like your hotel room or your home, big thick walls. It's a cottage just with some grass walls, made by hand, some grass walls. There's no cement, there's no tin. There's some grass hut, with the walls and mud, and a grass hut. That's how they're living. So anything anyone says in such a home, everybody hears. So as soon as Vishwarupa heard this, that maybe it's time we arrange a marriage for Vishwarupa. As soon as we heard that, Vishwarupa, he took sannyas.
Haribol.
He took sannyas. So when he perfected his life with the name Sri Shankararanya. And it's described that he went and perfected his life. So when hearing about Vishwarupa's disappearance, all classes of people in Nadia were moved with grief, hearing about Vishwarupa's sannyas. And Jagannatha Misra and Saci-mata simply wandered about continuously calling Vishwarupa, Vishwarupa, Vishwarupa. Nimai also was completely devastated that Vishwarupa had taken, just like that, gone. And Nimai also, Nimai was so attached to Vishwarupa, completely devastated. And actually Nimai's behavior changed. After that he became very studious, and because the elder brother gone when he was a young boy, just like where's Sitaram Prabhu's our Navadip Chandra, he's very naughty. Mayapur Chandra, very naughty. So when as a bigger brother, he can manage everything. The younger boy can be very mischievous. So Nimai was like that. But when Vishwarupa left, then Nimai, he became very sober, and he was going to the school and studying very diligently. More on that in a little while. But even Jagannatha Misra was so devastated. Even the other family, the people of the village, they tried to console Jagannatha Misra. Goshti te purusha ja korayeshan nash trikoti kule hoy Sri Vaikuntavash. That Goshti te, in that family where purush ja kora sannyas, any man takes sannyas, in that family, trikoti kuler, Trikoti. What's 3 crore? That's 3 crore. 3 crore. Kuler of your family descendants. 3 crore. If you take something, you're talking about he's already got right colour. Janadev are matching. Janadev never any no compromise. Chador, Punjabi, dhoti, same colour. Just like sannyasi. This way, he's training for this life. So this sannyas, then 3 koti kuler means that 3 crores. Hoy Sri Vaikuntavash. They attained Vaikuntha. 3 crores of your generation, they attained Vaikuntha. If you take sannyas, there's something to inspire some of these guys. You've got a chance. Not much chance for us, but anyway, we can still deliver them by Harinam. If you get prema, then also, of course, sannyas. Even there's more so if you get prema. Even if you take bath here at Navadip on Mayapur on Gaurpurnima, if you take bath, that's Vaikuntavash. If you take bath in Gaurpurnima on Ganga, Ma Ganga, on Gaurpurnima day, if you take snan, Ganga snan, hundreds of generations of your ancestors attain Goloka. If you take bath, hundreds of generations attained Goloka. So in this way, here there he's being consoled. And then they said, well, what about you have a son like Nimai? How you're so blessed, you have a son like Nimai. In this way, Hene mate Vishwarup hoilo bahir Nityananda Saruper Abhed Shariyat. He is no different from Nityananda, Vishwarupa. Jai Shunaye Vishwarup Prabhu Shannash. Those who hear, Jai Shunaye. Those who Jai Shunaye Vishwarup Prabhu Sanyas, those who hear Vishwarup Sanyas, Krishna Bhakti Hoy Tar Chitte Karma Panch. They get devotion to Krishna and all of their material bondage and their karma gets destroyed.
Haribol!
Just by hearing this, yes. So as we mentioned, Nimai became very studious, having Vishwarup having left, taken sannyas. Nimai became very studious at home. And he was always to be seen with his books. You couldn't see him doing any other activity except studying. And then one day, Jagannatha Misra, he said, this son of ours will never remain in household life. This son of ours will never remain in household life. Eho chadi sharva shastre hoibe jnanavan, chadiya shungsha shuk koribe payan. If he becomes sarva shastre hoibe jnanavan, if he becomes learned in all of the shastras, then chariya shangsha shuk, he will lose interest in material enjoyment. Koribe payan, and will follow the same path as Vishwarupa. If he becomes sarva shastre jnanavan, he'll lose interest. How is that? Because when one becomes absorbed in sarva shastra, in order to become jnanavan, in order to become learned, which is why the shastras are there, because mayara mugdho jiva, the living entity that's mayara mugdho, is entangled in maya, nahi saato Krishna gyan, not on their own in any way can get Krishna gyan. Jivera kripa koilo Krishna Ved Puran. And therefore out of Jivera kripa, out of mercy for the living entities, Krishna Ved Puran, he manifests the Vedic literature and the Puranic literature to make it easy. Make it easy for the living entities, because by Sarva Shastra Jnanavan, if you become learned in all the Shastras, then in order to do that, you have to tame your mind, which wants to Chanchal Himana Krishna. It wants to go to so many, that's why the phone is, and people are there, because you can go wherever you want on the moment, or internet. You have to have fast speed. Now it's on your phone, because they're constantly, whatever thought they want, I'll go there, link here, go there, touch this, or see this. Your mind is completely unleashed. A ferocious, voracious, uncontrolled beast of fury. Tearing apart on its own, simply raging around aimlessly, wildlessly, out of control on the internet, or whatever thing else you want to app you want to touch and go there. So, but if you control that and you bring your mind under control and you absorb your mind in hearing Shastra, and as a result of that you'll get Dibogyan. You'll become Jnanavan, because here he says, Jadi Sharva Shastre Hoi Be Jnanavan. If you absorb your mind, then you'll understand Shastra, you'll become absorbed in Shastra, Jnanavan. And then Chariya Shangsha Shuk, you'll lose interest in material happiness. Why? Because you're experiencing something more pleasurable. Katayantas Chamam Nitam, Katayantas Chamam, because discussions about me, Tushanti cha, they give satisfaction, they give nourishment. Tushanti, they give ramanti, they give pleasure. Because the mind becomes absorbed. The mind is called bhakti jog. It's called Sravanaponta. By hearing, one connects, one absorbs, one gives one mind, one gives one's heart completely in absorption in the Lord by hearing. So this is the Shastra which provides this. And as Lord Chandas Thakur sings that Shairoshe Majia, Mukhi Bolo Hari Hari Bishoya Chariya. Shairoshe Majia. When Shairoshe Majia, when you enter into that taste, Shairoshe Majia, what taste is that? Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari. Shairoshe Majia, when you enter into that taste, then Bishoya Chariya. You will lose your interest in sense pleasure. You will lose your interest. Because Shairoshe Majia, you're enjoying a higher taste. Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari. So if you chant Hare Krishna, if you hear Krishna Katha, you'll lose your attachment, you'll lose your attraction to. In fact, the pleasures of the material world will no longer be enjoyable to you. That's it, finished. You can no longer enjoy that, because you can see this is just on the bodily platform, and I'm not this body. I'm Nitya Krishna Das, Krishna Seva, eternal Seva. This body is not me, and the pleasure of this body is not really satisfying to me, compared to the pleasure that we experience when we're acting on the level of the soul, serving Krishna, acting for Krishna, thinking about Krishna, hearing about Krishna, chanting Krishna's name. And that pleasure is far superior to the pleasure that we get from the sensual pleasure. In fact, Vishaya Charya, one loses one's taste, becomes disgusting, becomes disgust. All as a result of chanting. So Jagannatha Misra, he said to Sachinandan, he said, so from today onwards you're not going to school anymore. He was already going and studying. Not yet with Jagannath, not yet with Gangadas Pandit, that came later. Again he went and became again initiated from Jagannath Gangadas Pandit. But he was going and studying, or at least he was doing it at home or something. He was studying, no longer studying. Maybe he was doing it at home. You should no longer study. Yeah, he was studying at home. Otherwise we would have heard that he went and accepted a teacher. So he was taught the alphabet, and he began reading and began studying at home. Nimai. So now Jagannatha Misra says, no longer study. You just stay at home, you play, you do what you like. And Sachimata, she wasn't very agreeable, and she's explaining that, how are we going to get him married if he just remains uneducated? And then Jagannatha Misra, he points out this fellow and that fellow, look, these chaps, they have so much wealth, and all of the Brahmins are lining up at their door for some donations. These chaps, they can't even sign their names. So if one's going to become wealthy in this world, that Krishna's mercy, it's going to happen whether or not one becomes educated. So don't you worry about that. And he said that Krishna will provide everything, he'll just stay at home, and we'll get him married, and he'll just be, and that's it. So not being able to occupy his mind in the study, Nimai became again mischievous. You can imagine, when he was studying, then his mind was absorbed. But when he's not studying, then his growing mind, and he became very. So at night they would play, and they would dress up like a bull with a blanket. Nimai and a friend, and they would go in the day. They would look around. They would see where there's banana trees. In the night, they would put the blanket, and the two together. They would go into the garden and pull down the bananas and pull out the trees. And people, and then the people would come, and then they'd have disappeared. I wonder who that friend was. I wonder who that friend was. They played with the bull under the blanket with Nimai at night. I wonder who that friend was. Some special devotee just does not mention who plays with the bull. Maybe you go back and then there you are, you're Nimai's bull playing friend. Hey, grab the blanket, I'm under the blanket with Nimai. The perfection of your existence. Time and time again you're doing that leela, it's not just once. Must be other leelas you can join as well. I mean, there'll be no limit, of course. Yeah, because he was just under the blanket for that, but he was there for the other things as well, right? But this one particularly, he was under the blanket, but he was there for many other things too, even without being mentioned. And they would tie the doors from the outside of the people at night. They would tie the doors, and people, if in the middle of the night, at the call of nature, and they would be rattling the door, and Nimai and my friend would be outside laughing, and then they'd be calling out, "Open, open!" And then they're screaming, "Open, open!" Nimai would run away. Now, here's an interesting event that happened. In Vrindavan, Thakur mentions that, "E boro niguta kvata shune ek mon." You should listen to this important and very fascinating story. Boro niguta kvata shuno ek mon. Krishna Bhakti shiti hoy iha shravan. Just by hearing this, you get perfection in Krishna Bhakti. Iha shravan. So, Prabhu Bhave Tormor Nadish Padite Bhadra. Oh, yes. Yeah. So in this way, Mahaprabhu, so he was unhappy that he was not allowed to study. So one day he climbed up in Srivasanga, and he climbed up onto the place where the pots were discarded after cooking. Sachimata noontime, she would send Nimai, go back. So they were cooking. So there's pots discarded in the corner. And Nimai, he climbed up on top of that little mountain of pots. He climbed, he's sitting there. So you can imagine that as he's climbing up, he's brushing against his transcendental body, Gauranga, which is golden, is the black carbon on the bottom of the pots. And particularly you can imagine wooden fire and the clay pots, they would become very black on the outside, and that carbon would be very easy to smudge off. So as his beautiful golden, like a childlike form, he's climbing up on top of that mountain of discarded pots. So then he sits at the top. So there's all the black smudges of the what's it called, carbon, of the carbon, of the black. What's that called? Carbon, soot, maybe soot. It's all over. It's all smudged over his body. So he looked like a darkish doll anointed with golden, or he looked like a doll anointed with darkish sandalwood pulp. All the smudges of the soot. Smeared with dark, sweet-smelling sandalwood and aguru. Dark, sweet-smelling, that's what he looked like, sitting there. And then Sachimata says, "Come down from that place. What are you doing there? Don't you know that's an unclean place?" And Nimai says, "No, I'm not coming down." And then she says, "Look, this is, what are the other ladies, if this is no place for a Brahman boy, you have to come down, and don't you know anything? What, don't you know what's, don't you know this is an unclean place?" And Nimai says, "Prabhu Bale Tor More Na Dishe Podite." Because Tor More, because you, for me, Na Dishe Podite, you are not giving me the facility to study. Na Dishe Podite. Badra Abadra Murka Bipra Janbe Kimate. Badra Abadra, the clean and the unclean, the auspicious and inauspicious. Murka Bipra, an uneducated Brahmin, Murka Bipra, Janbe Kimate, how will he be able to discriminate between a clean and an unclean place if he's not educated? So in this way he's making all these arguments. And then he says, "Jatar moshtiti shesharva punyashthan, Ganga adi sharvatita, tahin adishtan." Wherever I am situated, Ma Ganga is present, and all of the holy places. So there's no question of this being an unclean place, And Sachimata, she carries on, "Look, your father's coming home soon. You better come down quickly, because if he comes to know about this, you'll be in big trouble." She's kind of like negotiating, "If you come down now, I won't tell your father." So threatening, "Maybe I will if you don't." Now all of the village people, some of the ladies had gathered there because Nimai is, and she's calling out, as ladies do. They're all close by each other in these villages, like next lady, next lady. And everyone hears what anyone's saying. So the village ladies, they gathered there, and then they're saying, oh, you know, why are you not letting Nimai study? He's inclined to study. Our boys, they're also brahmanis. Our boys, you know, we have to send them to study. It's so difficult because they're so uninclined. We have to struggle every day to get them to study. Your boy wants to study and you're not letting him. And then they say, Nimai, you stay there, you carry on with your mischief for as long, and carry on with this protest for as long as it requires. You have full support of the neighbourhood ladies. So Mahaprabhu, he carried on. He began different philosophy. He was speaking and different things. And then Saci Mata herself had to climb up and pick up Nimai and bring him down from those pots. So in this way, when Jagannatha Misra returned home, then Saci Mata, she mentioned that Nimai had acted in this way and he wants to study. And the friends of Jagannatha Misra, they were saying, why you've done this, taking your boy out? You know, this is such a foolish thing to do. What enemy has advised you to take Nimai out of school in this way? So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jagannatha Misra, he decided again to initiate the studies of Nimai, and again he performed the sacred thread ceremony. Well, he may not have performed that up to this point, so then he formally performs his ceremony now. Before he mentions that the ceremony of the Shikha Aramba, the beginning of the writing, and he puts the chalk in Nimai's hand. And now the sacred Sutra Grahan, the accepting of the sacred thread. This ceremony is performed by Jagannatha Misra. Hoilo Baman Rupe Prabhu Gaura Chandra Dekte Shabar Boro Paramanando. When they saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu assumed the form like that of Lord Vamandev, young boy, brahmachari, on his shoulder a bag for begging, and Hate Danda, Kande Juli, Sri Gauda Shundur, Bhikka Kore Prabhu Shara Sheboker Ghor. Bhikka Kore, he's begging just like Lord Vamandev, a Brahmin boy, Bhikka Kore, Prabhu Sharva Sheboker Ghor, from all of the rooms and homes of his devotees. As a small child, he is. And the demigods and demigodesses had come down and were residing in Navadip to have the young Nimai come and beg some alms. Saraswati and Lakhi Devi were there in disguise of Mayapur Brahmanis to receive and give alms to Sachinandan as he came from door to door. Jeshune Purapur Jagya Shutrer Grahan Shepai Chaitanya Chandre Charan Sharan. Those who hear Jeshune Prabhu Jagya Shutre Grahan, the ceremony, the description of the ceremony of Sachinandan receiving the sacred thread. Shepai Chaitanya Chandre Charan Sharan. Those who do that, they get shelter at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So shall we do some more kirtan? Let's tell another story, a little story about Advaita Acharya that happened in this place, because in this place, Mahaprabhu, he went through different phases of his lila. He went through the Bidda lila when he was a student, and he was defeating all of the other pandits, and he became the Dvijamani, the crushed jewel of the Brahmins, and he defeated the Digbijai. And this is the Bidda lila. And then after the Bidda lila, there's Bhakta lila. Mahaprabhu, he took initiation and he began performing Sankirtan with his devotees. And then after that, there's the Aishwarya Prakash lila. He begins to manifest himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then sannyas, etc. So the different phases. So at this place, Mahaprabhu began revealing himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead to his devotees. First devotee he revealed himself to was Srivas Thakur. And that happened where we performed Sankirtan. And subsequently, Mahaprabhu performed Sankirtan every evening in the home of Srivas Thakur. We performed Sankirtan there. And then, having revealed himself to Srivas Thakur, Mahaprabhu came here one day, and he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he saw Advaita Prabhu worshipping his deity. You see this Leela here is Mahaprabhu revealing himself to Advaita Thakur. So, Advaita Thakur is worshipping Sri Krishna, and he's jumping and he's calling out the names of Hari in ecstasy as he's worshipping. And Mahaprabhu seeing that, he falls unconscious. And then so Advaita Thakur, he sees Dujambar, Sachinandan fall into unconscious. He takes the paraphernalia that he been worshipping his deity of Krishna, and he begins worshipping Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this way, at this place. And Gadadha is Gadadha Bhavan. Gadadha Pandit is standing and he says, Thakur, this is rather unusual. Why are you worshipping this boy? And Advaita Thakur, as he's worshipping Nimai, says, you still think he's just a boy? And in this way, gradually, in these sanctified, these special sacred places, gradually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and in this way began his Aishwarya Purna Leela, the Mahaprakash. And then, in this way, Mahaprabhu, he performed such wonderful Leela in Navadev Dham. Hare Krishna. Shall we do some kirtan? What's the time?
12:40.
Okay. So we pray that your visit to Sri Navadev Dham was an experience wherein you're able to deepen your Krishna consciousness.
Haribol!
We pray that you can consider Navadev Dham as your place of shelter, and you come regularly to Navadev Dham. And if I'm fortunate to accompany you to these sacred places and do Hari Sankirtan, then I similarly will be blessed with great fortune. And that is my prayer. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.